Hey everybody, so today, it's one of my favorite days of the year, and no, it's not Christmas, but it feels like it, at least a little bit to me anyway. It's the day that I'm scheduling or setting up my next marathon training block. And for me, my next marathon is going to be Boston in 2024. So from today's date, so today is Friday, it's 115 days away. That's it. That's not very many. I know some of you have already started your Boston training, so if you have, let me know how it's going. Just maybe let's hear about it in the comment section below. I'd love to know how your training's going. Or if you're training for a different marathon, let's talk about that in the comment section. I always appreciate it. And this is a running community, and the more we share, I think the better, the more enriched we all are. We all are. So I always appreciate it. And a big thanks out to everybody who has subscribed and watched these videos and made comments. Because again, we are a running community, and my last training block did not go according to plan. And I felt at many times throughout that training program, especially toward the latter month or so, that you guys kind of put me on your back and helped carry me through to the end. And it worked out fine. If you guys want to check out some of those videos, if you haven't already, it's the Chicago Marathon and New York Marathon training block videos. So they're easy enough to find. It'll be some of the more recent ones because I haven't been posting a lot lately. And that's because after the New York Marathon, I decided to take a little bit of break purposefully from running. And that's just because I needed to heal up and I wanted to stand the best chance possible to be as healthy as possible when I started this next training block. Still dealing with a few of those issues, but we're going to tackle those one at a time. And I'm going to document all of it as we go forward. Okay, so I'm going to be using the Garmin training plan. It's the intermediate marathon training program where I'm committing 16 weeks. It's 5 workouts per week. It's one that I've run a lot in the past. I love it, and I've had a lot of success with it previously, so I'm hoping for the same results. In Boston. So if you want to follow along or set one up for yourself, again, it's absolutely free. You do need to have an account with Garmin if you don't already, but you're going to want to go to connect.garmin.com. So connect.garmin.com. And at that point, again, if you don't have an account, you'll need to establish one. I already have one, so I'm already there. And I'm at my dashboard because, I do record my workouts there already. To set up a plan, you're going to want to scroll all the way over to the left-hand side. Okay, so I'm going to do that. And when the menu options pop up, you're going to go down to where it says training and planning and just click on that. And then you guys have a number of different options. Scroll down a couple to where it says training plans and then click on that. And that's going to bring up a number of the Garmin training plans that are available. And they have them not just for running, but for cycling, triathlons, that kind of stuff too. But we're interested in running because I want to set up a marathon training plan. So I'm going to click on running. And now the first ones that come up are going to be what they call coach plans or Garmin coach plans. Now the difference, very, very briefly, between the Garmin coach plans and the rest of the plans that we're going to be looking at is the coaching plans are adaptive. So they're going to change or adapt to how you're progressing through the program. So how your body's responding to the training, they're gonna make adjustments, and you rate each of the different workouts when you've completed them, and of course it keeps track of all of that other information, the distance, the pace, all that kind of good stuff. So if you're looking for an adaptive plan, one that's going to be tailored specifically to how you're doing with the training, these are a good choice, and I've used them in the past, especially for the half marathon training program. The downside is they don't have a marathon one. They have 5K, 10K, and half marathon. That's as high as they go. So for a marathon training program, and they've got some good ones, they do have some very good ones, I'm going to scroll down, and here you're going to find these under the self-guided plans, which is where I'm at now. And you can see they have 5K, they've got 10K, and then they got half marathon training plans, and you can base, they have beginner, intermediate, advanced. They've got based on heart rate for each of those different categories. Now I'm going to keep going down, and here I found it. It's marathon intermediate training plan. I'm not basing it on heart rate. It's a 16-week program, 5 workouts per week, and I'm going to click on that. Now to set it up, it's really easy. Garmin could not have made this any easier for us. Now you can either go by start date, when you want to start your training. But because this is very specific, it's 16 weeks, I want to make sure that it takes me right up to marathon day. And I've made that mistake in the past where I kind of miscalculated just a little bit by a day, and it throws off that final week, which doesn't sound like a big deal, but when you're scheduling things like, your shakeout run, that kind of stuff, it just throws that week off a little bit. So I found that, and this was something you guys suggested, someone had pointed out to me, is you go to start, click on that start date, and then you can go down to where it says finish date. And so rather than putting in your start date, you're going to put in the date that you want to finish. And it's going to bring up the calendar. I'm going to scroll all the way over. I'm going to keep arrowing over until I get to April 2024. And I'm going to click on April the 15th. So I got that date established. All I need to do at this point is to hit the scheduled button. And there, it's done. My 16-week program is all laid out there in front of me. So if I want to look ahead and see what workouts are coming up next, I can do that. I love that feature. So you can kind of scroll through and see what the different workouts are, how they advance, how they change as you go forward from week to week to week, and that kind of thing. So I do appreciate that. The one thing that I would suggest to you is it's a good idea to check back in at connect.garmin.com once in a while to kind of see what the workouts are that are scheduled either for that week or for the next week, what have you. Especially when it comes to things that aren't running related. Now, the running workouts will all come right to your smart watch or to your phone if you have a Garmin device. Or if you have I have the Apple iPhone 15 Pro and the Apple iPad, all of that information gets downloaded to the app there. Or again, it'll come right to your watch. But those are the running workouts. It doesn't have the cross-training workouts. So I think it's just a good idea for me. Anyway, I'm a very visual person. I either need to write it down on a calendar somewhere or to print the page so that I can see it. So it's there in front of me. And the other thing is they don't tell you what cross-training you should be doing. Now they do have a PDF that you can download that explains all this stuff, but it's much more generic than that. So it just says cross-training. Even under their PDF, they just list different cross-training options that they would suggest, like swimming or cycling, that kind of thing. Now, for me, I'm going to be probably taking advantage of either my indoor spin bike or out on my mountain bike if the weather's permitting. I love to be out on my mountain bike. If I can't run, that's my second choice that I like to do. But there's a lot of other options too. You can use a rowing machine. There's stair climbers, that kind of stuff. So there's lots of different options that are available to you. And they give you the opportunity to pick which one that you're going to enjoy doing. So I do like having a little bit of flexibility that way. Now, while I have the intermediate plan scheduled, and it's a nice framework, it doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to be following it verbatim. I will be continuing to do all of the different workouts, but it might come up from time to time, depending on how I'm responding, how I'm feeling, physically, whether or not I choose to run all those different workouts or not. And so that's one of the things going forward that I really want to pay attention to, because if I start feeling some wiggles or niggles here or there, I don't want to push it to the point where I can't run and I have to be out of my running shoes, because that is hard. That's really, really challenging when you want to get out there and you run and you can't. So I'm going to be paying much closer attention to that going forward. I try to do that. I've always tried to do that, but I'm not always the best at it. You sometimes feel like I can just push through it. And you end up not being able to in the end. So that's some of the things that I need to work on personally. I'm also going to be working on some strength training. So, that's something that I'm going to be emphasizing much more. I've done strength training in the past, but, it's just, I think it's something that I need to do more of, or I need to be more intentional and maybe used to going from doing just body weight stuff to lifting weights again. It's been a long time since I've spent a lot of time in the gym. I used to love it. I used to love spending time in the gym, lifting weights, that kind of stuff. But it's been several years. It's been a long time. So it'd be like starting all over again for me. And that's okay. That's okay. I'd like a challenge, and I really want to be a stronger, faster runner, just because I love to run. And I love to push myself to do the best that I can. The person I compete with the most is me. That's it. I want to run a personal best in 2024. I set that goal in 2023, and I came out of the gate hard, and I felt like I was on the right track, and I got derailed a little bit last year for Boston, because I ended up getting tendonitis in my ankle as a result of running in some shoes that I overran in. I shouldn't have run put that many miles in them. And anyway, that's another story for another day. But this year, I'm hoping to have, I wouldn't say redemption, but I want another shot at it. I want another shot at it because I loved running Boston. It's so exciting to be there. I'm really looking forward to it. Everybody there in Boston is just awesome. The history of that marathon is unlike any other that I've been to. And so it's a big deal. It's a really big deal. I love it. Absolutely love it. Can't wait to get back. Can't wait to get back there. Okay, so I think that's it. I think that's it for today's video. Looking forward to starting on Tuesday. I hope you guys can join me as I document my next training block with all of you. I'll be sharing it with you here. I haven't been posting a lot of videos lately, basically from New York until now for the most part. But again, I've been just resting up, saving it all up for the 26th, which is on Tuesday. So we'll get rolling again on these videos as I document the Boston Marathon training block for 2024. All right. Hey, thanks you guys for making it to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to, add to the comment section below. If you guys want to email me, you can email me at runtall2020@gmail.com anytime. I try to answer all those emails that I can. Or if you just want to send an audio or video file, you can, upload it probably to, is it Google Drive. I think I've said Google Docs in the past. No, it'd be Google Drive and just share it with me. And I'll be glad to share it with everyone else here with the Runtall family. Hope you guys are off to a great holiday start for this year. We got a couple big ones coming up here in the next week or so. You guys stay safe. Happy holidays, everyone. And we'll see you on Tuesday. See you on Tuesday. All right. As always, run tall, run strong, be kind to one another. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.